everybody, how is it going? I am Lucas, and welcome to another episode of Amps in the Axe-Fx 3. Today, we are looking at an amp that exists only in the Axe-Fx, and that is the Big Hair amp. So, the Big Hair amp itself is basically based on a JCM 800, and let's actually go to Yick's amp guide. This is where I get a lot of my information about the amps in the Axe-Fx 3. I'm going to put a link to it in the description below. So the Big Hair itself is basically just based off of a JCM 800. It's what Cliff thought 80s hair metal should sound like. Sorry if I butchered that Whitesnake riff in the intro. I wanted to play some 80s riffs for you guys, so I've been scrambling to try and get that one down packed. Hope I didn't screw it up too much. And I mean, basically, it's a Brit 800 mod with a tube screamer in front. I do have it boosted. I boosted in the power amp section. I'll show you that when we go over it. I mean, that's really it. It says to use a 412 Marshall. IR-wise, I used the IR. I use in almost everything. The Zilla No Cab from Hammer V30 with the modern 57 on it. I tried out a watch. This is Leon Todd's World Guitar Speaker mix out of his Marshall cab. Let's see how this sounds. Doesn't sound half bad. I just, you know, I love this damn IR. I'll put it on everything. If you want more of a classic rock vibe, this IR from Leon will probably be great. Make sure you check out Leon Todd's channel. He has a ton of great stuff on there, including free IRs. That's where I got that one from, and free patches. So let's dive into the Big Hair. So I just stayed on the authentic tab like I do for everything. I have it boosted. So as you can see, I use the TO808 and I have it at about 17 dBs, because if we turn it off, this is what it sounds like when you turn it off. It sounds alright. It sounds pretty good. I just like it with a little bit more, a little bit more metally. I'm gonna be honest with you. I hated dialing in this amp at first. I didn't really like it, but I actually grabbed this. Is my Ibanez RG50 from the early 90s. It has the Marziel X2N in the bridge, which it came with it, and I left it in there. It can be kind of a crappy pickup, but for some reason it kind of gives off a Metallica tone for some stuff, and I guess I kind of like it. Anyway, let's get back to the amp. So I don't really have that much drive. I got it at 2.3, as you can see. Bass, I had the treble jacked up. I turned it down. I kind of tried to dial it in. I originally thought it was based off more like a Plexi. I didn't really realize it was based off of a JCM 800. So, I dialed the treble back a little bit. A little bit of presence. I didn't go crazy on the depth because it brings up a lot of those nasty bass frequencies I don't like. I tried pushing the master volume hard on here, but it brought up a lot of frequencies I didn't really like. So, I kept it like around 3 or 4 like I do for most of my high gain stuff. Left the bright switch on. Oh, the input boost is actually on here. I didn't mess with anything in the ideal, so I didn't even realize that. So it's kind of boosted twice, sort of. Preamp, all I did for the preamp was slap on the T808. Power amp, didn't mess with anything there. Power supply, I didn't mess with anything there. It has 412 basket weave for the impedance curve. This would probably actually be better. I didn't even realize that. Whoops. Let's actually go back to that basket weave. I think I like the basket weave better, so I'll just keep it at that. Impedance curve is kind of cool because, I mean, certain ones match certain names, but on the Axe-Fx you can kind of do whatever you want and get away with it. That's the beauty of it. Did not mess with anything in speaker drive. Input EQ did not mess with anything. But on the output EQ, yes, I did mess with everything. I literally do this to like every amp I do. I just scooped some mids, got a little bit of, a little bit of stairs going on there. Let me turn it off and let you hear what it sounds like with it off. And with it on. It is scooped. I could probably put some mids back into it, but I just find this one has a lot of mids, like a lot of Marshalls do. So, I just scooped the crap out of it. Dynamics, I didn't really do anything in the dynamics. This amp is very interesting. What Cliff said is right. It does sound like a JCM 800. Actually, I'll put a JCM 800. Put the Brit 800. Let's test this out. It's the same IR. I halfway ass dial it in, so it's not 100% perfect, but let me just give you kind of a reference point. And let's go back to the big hair. See, when I came up on the bass, it got really booming really fast. Sorry if this tone comes across as thin. I'm trying to put a lot of low end in it. That sounds decent on my end. Anyway, that is really it when it comes to the core of the big hair. I did have some problems dialing in, like I was saying earlier. I had to scoop some stuff out. The bass on it is very weird, as you just heard. When you bump it up, it gets kind of big and floppy. It is what it is. I find it's a decent amp. It's a cool amp to play around with. But now, would an 80s amp demo be complete without a little delay? Because we all know everyone in the 80s loved delay. Let me give you a little test of what it sounds like lead-wise. If I turn the volume up. I literally just threw the stereo BBD on here and just kind of put it in the mix because I kind of wanted to give you a little bit of sound to see what it sounded like with a little bit of delay. So guys, that's gonna wrap it up for the big hair. This is a very interesting amp. I like playing around with the amps that aren't necessarily modeled after rare amps. I think they're really cool. But enough about me and what I think is cool. What about you? Do you like the big hair? Do you think it's cool? Do you use it in any of your patches? Let me know in the comments down below. But as for me, I'm going to have to be out. But before I go, if you like this video, make sure you smash like and make sure you hit subscribe because we are going through all the amps in the XFX3. So now I'm going to have to be out. Peace.